And there is also a new warning that has come out from Trump. US President Trump says we'll hit Iran with a force that has never been seen before. Let's go straight across to Siddhant. Siddhant, what can you tell us?
Well, that's right, Rahul. So it's a message from President Trump because there have been several warnings coming from Iran. In fact, Iran is threatening countries in West Asia of retaliatory strikes, and the warnings came from IRGC and several other high-ranking officials from Iran. And now this is the response coming from President Trump. President Trump writes on Truth Social that if they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. So it's the first response coming from President Trump after Iran threatening of retaliatory strikes on the countries in the West Asia and the US assets in the region.
So what exactly is this statement saying? Can you read out this statement to us for the benefit of our viewers?
Yes, that's right. So Rahul, President Trump writes on Truth Social that Iran just started, that they are going to hit very hard today, harder than they ever hit before. They better do not do that. However, because if they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump.
So
first
why
response coming from President Trump.
Okay, so why is Trump now suddenly sending out this message? Because earlier he was saying, just about 1 hour back, I think, and let's just bring out those two messages and put them side by side. 1 hour back, he says, it's over. We've softened these people up.
He said it's going to be easier to
It's
now
going
talk
to be easier.
to the Iranians.
Now he's suddenly using a threatening tone. So is he coercing General Pandey, or is he suddenly realizing that this is now taking a nasty edge? Maybe they've underestimated.
I'm quite sure they know that it's going to take a nasty turn. But these are all public posturing. So Iranian foreign minister, the parliamentary minister, the new leadership is going to talk about how they are going to hit back and strike back. And that means they are under control, the regime change is taking place, the new leadership is coming. And similarly on the other side, the Americans and the Israelis are going to talk about differently that in case you retaliate, we are going to come after you. This is all posturing to ensure that everybody comes up, somebody has to see the ground. Actually, and the first statement which came out by Trump regarding they have been softened up and there is a scope for talk now to reach out. These are all addressing two segments of population. One segment of population is in Iran, which wants the change of regime, and therefore they need to talk, and we should not go ahead with continued retaliation and stuff like that. Right now, please understand that while the Shia groups will come out onto the streets and carry out certain degree of strikes, but there is an element which Americans control and they are not talked of very often, and that is ISIS.
So let me...
Right.
ISIS.
When ISIS is going to be unleashed against the Shia community,
wow,
that is the time when...
No, but then what you're suggesting is a full-blown regional conflict that could then take years.
Yeah, that's true.
It could release jinns we don't want to be released.
Correct. So that is why all these people, especially the Iranians, need to actually understand that which is the path they need to take, because US has got not only one strategic domain to look at.
And on the other side, you have Iran that is threatening Israel, saying you have crossed the Rubicon, you've crossed our red lines, you're going to have to pay for it.